And just tell me something about you.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks for giving me this opportunity, ma'am, to introduce myself. Ma'am, my name is Vishal Sen, and I am from Madhya Pradesh district, Ratlam. I have done my graduation in Bachelor's of Arts from Vikram University, and ma'am, I have been working in police department since 2014.
Hmm. Okay, Ratlam. This is the same Ratlam which we used to hear in the Bollywood movies.
Yes, ma'am. I think you heard about Jab We Met.
Yeah, yeah, in Ratlam ki
Yes, yes,
galiyon mein.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You are right,
Hmm.
ma'am.
So this is a similar historic Ratlam.
Yes, ma'am. And,
Okay, okay,
and ma'am, I am also very curious to know about yourself, ma'am.
okay. I'm Kawaljit Kaur. You might be familiar with my name. And
Yes, ma'am.
I'm a working professional. I'm in the Department of Education. And for the last 7 months, about 7 months, I'm on YouTube. I'm on my journey of learning English, not learning English, rather making my communication better.
It's quite interesting, ma'am.
Yes. So you police people, what kind of job you do? What kind of job in the sense that because whenever we think of police, so we simply another name automatically that comes in our mind is police means crime criminal. So
Yes,
how
ma'am. Yeah.
you day passes and what do you do the whole day?
Yes, ma'am. First of all, ma'am, I would like to tell you that I am a constable. My designation is constable, ma'am. And I usually work in the field. Like
Mm.
uh, I go to first. I am responsible of lots of things. Like if someone, uh, suppose two person are fighting, so I this is my responsibility. If I get a tip off, so I go to immediately and try to solve out the problem.
Mm.
And ma'am, I usually work in field. And ma'am, in our city, I think you heard about Cheetah Party. I work in Cheetah Party. Cheetah Party means like we and I and my colleague, we usually work in with, and we get when we get up any tip off, if any incident took place in anywhere, so we reach immediately, ma'am. So we usually
Mm.
do this type of things.
And how many cases you get on daily basis?
Ma'am, it depends on condition and situation. I can't say you, but ma'am, you can say I real like 3 to 4 cases we usually solve out like. And ma'am, I would like to tell you one thing that yesterday don't hard ending, but an incident took place in our city. A innocent person, a gullible person went to temple for worship, and another person came here and he told him, uh, I am selected in railway department, and I want to donate 20,000 rupees for this temple. So I want to give you. So please you take this money and you. I want to change the floor of this temple. So please you, because I am not here. I am from other city, but I want to donate the money. And he gave me 21,000 rupees. And
Mm.
then he was counting. He told him, I want to touch 21,000 rupees in a gold. If you have some gold, so please give me some gold. So I will touch money in the gold. But at that time, the man was not gold. They had not gold. So he told me, please come at my home. And at my home, my wife has a gold. So you can touch the money. And the person was very gullible. So they both went to their house and then he called his wife and he came. he taken out some gold and rings, Mangal Sutra, this type of jewelries, and somehow he managed situation and he flew from the spot. Or all the jewelry with all the jewelry. So this type of incident took place, ma'am, yesterday. And when I get tip off, so we reached immediately and we search CCTV cameras and this type of things. So, ma'am, the person, yes, ma'am, the person was very clever. He was fully packed with muffler and he wear goggles and cap. So this is very difficult task to identify who was. So, ma'am, now the investigation is going on and I got some clue. So we can get caught immediately, ma'am. So this is the real incident of yesterday.
But still the person is at large. You
Yes,
couldn't
ma'am.
find
Yes,
it.
he is absconding. Yes, ma'am. I couldn't find it, but I think we 2 or 3 within 2 or 3 days, the person will be caught because we got some clue, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Your
So, ma'am,
job is
we
very
can't say.
challenging. Very challenging.
Yes, ma'am. This is very challenging job. We can't say we can't accept this type of incident, ma'am. So this is my first experience of this type. I have shown lots of cases, but this type of experience, my first experience.
And the kind of challenges you people face, we common people, we can't understand. We always used to complain that police, they
Yes,
don't do anything, they delay while doing anything, they don't reach the moment at the spot on time. We used to complain every time whenever we majority of the time when we people, we commoners talk about police, we always complain. But being,
ma'am.
it's
Yes,
very
ma'am.
trust to fit in your shoes. And I can understand your job is really demanding, very challenging. All the time you are to stay on your, to keep yourself on your toes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, and this is very challenging job, ma'am. And we
Mm.
usually face lots of problem and like we have no fixed schedule. I can't, ma'am. I wanted to. Sorry, I have been trying to connect with you last 1 month, but due to my busy schedule, I couldn't talk with
And
you. Yes, ma'am. And we usually work, ma'am, more than 12 hours in a single day. And this is the real truth, ma'am. Every person needs people, but nobody likes people. This is the real truth, ma'am.
mm,
Yes.
I agree with you. I agree with you. As I told you that every time we people just complain about the police, that they never reach well on time, they don't try to solve the problems, or we always make complaints. But I can understand listening your part of the story that it's
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely correct. I think your video is paused, stuck. So, hello. Can you hear me?
hello. Yeah, I can hear
Yes,
you. Are
ma'am.
you driving? Are you going where? I can see you sitting
No,
inside some car.
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm not driving and I'm not doing anything. Ma'am, due to some network issue, I can't attend the session at my home. So that's why I'm outside my house. And ma'am, it is
Okay.
crossing hot. So that's why I'm in my vehicle.
Oh my God, it's difficult for you to manage this way.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Because I usually take my session in the morning time and afternoon. I can't take session
In
in the evening because I usually take a session out of my house and I need some sunlight. Otherwise, I can't take session. So that's why this is the reason we can't meet before, ma'am. We couldn't meet before.
Ratlam, rural area from Ratlam is a rural area, kind of rural belt.
No, no, not a rural area, but ma'am, my police colony is 50 kilometers away from the main city. So that's why I face some network fluctuation problem. But ma'am,
Okay.
I usually take session like I have taken a 3 month subscription of Clippingo.
Okay.
I think you heard about ma'am Clippingo app.
Very well.
Yes. So ma'am, I usually take session in my vehicle in the morning time because network fluctuation.
Now I can understand it very well. So that way you are also passing through very hard phase as you are working on your communication problem.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me, Vishal, why you are working on your, are you at the moment working on learning English? Because from your conversation, I could make out you have uh, the knowledge of the language very well. But I think you might also be working on your communication the way I'm working on. Because
Yes,
English
ma'am. Yes,
is up for you. You use the
yes,
word
ma'am.
very, you can say, like it sounds that you are aware of the language very well. You know the language very well.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, why I am learning English? I would like to tell about. Ma'am, 6 months ago, I went to Tamil Nadu for searching and absconding accused, and where we face, ma'am, lots of problem because uh, I did not know Tamil, I did not know English, so we face lots of problem, and this is the biggest problem, ma'am, how to communicate.
Mm.
So, ma'am, so at that day, I realized the importance of English, and you can say since that day, I have been learning English, and now I am very passionate about it, and I eager to learn English, ma'am. So that's why whenever I try to connect with people.
Mm. Good job. And if you have started learning English just a couple of months back, I think you have come up to a very, that way, not intermediate, intermediate level, almost touching to advanced level. You converse very well.
Thank you, thanks for
Your
compliment, ma'am.
vocabulary is very sound, though the words you are using, they are all confined to your profession, right? Searching, absconding, gullible, these are all terms related to your field. But you are speaking all these terms so effortlessly, like they are already, it sounds as if it's already in your flow since the last so many years. It doesn't sound like that you have just started learning a couple of months back. So that way you are putting in, sounds that putting in lots of effort. So doing good job.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And ma'am, I have attended so many sessions, like 40 to 50 sessions, and Clippingo. And ma'am, I want to maintain my consistency. That's why I joined the Clippingo app because I have a little time, so I can connect with people. So that's why I have taken subscription. So I
Mm.
can book within morning time, and I can talk with tutors.
Mm.
Yes, ma'am. When
And this is
before,
also,
ma'am,
yeah.
ma'am, I have joined the coaching classes. I had joined the coaching classes 6 months ago when I returned from Tamil Nadu, and in these coaching classes they were teaching me वह खाता है वह जाता है वह पीता है this type of sentences, and then after 10 days I
Stop going.
left the coaching. Yes, ma'am. And then I started speaking because I realized that, ma'am, speaking comes from speaking. If you are not speaking, so we can't speak. So that's why I'm
Yeah.
learning English.
Sir, actually, the problem with the teaching system is whenever we take coaching, and if we remember our school or college days, we always have been told English or taught English in such a way that if you go back to the memory lane, we realize that the sentences which were being at that very moment, they were asked us to make translate from regional to English, English to regional. They are not workable in the real situations.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You are absolutely correct.
Yeah, so you are correct, very much correct that speaking comes with speaking only. And it is the only practice which would take you to some upper level in the sense because at the moment we know English, but because we are not tuned to it, we are not used to it. So at the right time, the words doesn't come to our mind. This is the problem with us at the moment. So when we are now
Yes, ma'am.
grabbing the opportunities like talking to each other, so that way we are just making ourselves, you can say, tuned to the uses of these words. Like
Yes, ma'am.
when I heard these words, the man is absconding, the person was gullible, and the search is on, the person is at large. So I liked those words very well. Yeah, we don't use these words in real in real life. You may say not real life because we always converse. Most of the time, we are conversing in our local language. So the more we
Yes,
talk,
ma'am. Yes.
more we speak, the more we try to avail these kinds of opportunities. So definitely someday or one day, all these vocabulary words they will get embedded in our you can say normal conversation.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You are absolutely correct, ma'am. Ma'am, now I am full focused on, ma'am. I'm learning, ma'am, nowadays idiomatic expression. So that I can use on conversation, and I think if we are using idiomatic expression, so it sounds good, ma'am.
Sounds good, and you sounds a bit of advanced level learner.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Like, ma'am,
You
my
say you
tutor told me, like, if someone asks you, uh, how are you, so you generally uh, says I am fine, I am well. But if you are using idiomatic expression like I am fit as a fiddle,
can fiddle. Yeah,
yes, ma'am. Yes,
that,
ma'am. Yes. So you
that
can, if you are
is-
using this idiomatic expression, so your English will be good.
yeah. You will sign more like a native person, more native like the people whose first language is English. This is our
Yes,
purpose at the moment. But I feel even if you speak using very simple sentences, and if you can speak in flow, you can speak flawlessly, and if you succeed in conveying your message to the other person, even then your purpose is done. And rest depends upon the how much time you devote to your communication, and how much efforts you put in while you are working on your communication. So slowly and slowly, automatically, you would come to that level also. You will reach to that level also. But yeah, I agree with you. Idiomatic expressions, they beautify your language, and you sound a bit advanced level learner also. So it's
yes,
a
ma'am. Yes,
beautiful
you are
thing
absolutely
to use
correct.
fancy words.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yeah.
I was watching your video with ASU official, Ashutosh Dwivedi. I think last 1 month, before last month, and you told that you have lots of responsibility, ma'am. Like uh, you train, like you have responsibility, like the age of 70 to 23 years old
My
child. And
my parents are also with me. I take care of them. So
yes, ma'am. Yes. So
yeah,
you are working very well, ma'am.
so I'm a
I,
working professional. So most of the my time that is taken over by my all office jobs. So once I'm back, then I have to look after my parents. Though I have made all the arrangements for them, but even then, being the main in charge of the family, you have to take care of everything. I have to see what are their basic needs and how to fulfill their needs. Sometimes they become sick, then I have to take them immediately to the hospital. A number of times I have to make the medical arrangements. So these are all the problems associated with different phases of your life. Which phase you
yes,
are,
ma'am. Yes,
like if suppose you are very young, you have some different kind of struggles in your life. So
yes,
with
ma'am.
the
Yes,
passage of time, with your age, your responsibilities they keep on multiplying, and your challenges they take different shape. Yes, spite of all these things, I'm working on my communication skill at the moment also, because I love
yes, ma'am.
in English. I love to grow. So I'm doing it for the sake of my growth. I'm not doing it that I need it somewhere immediately so far as my professional front is concerned. So much I already know whatever is needed at my professional end. Already I can do it very well up to that very level. But as you said earlier yourself, that you have started enjoying this journey. And frankly speaking, I am also enjoying this journey at the moment. I have gone through my education, have been through a government school. And from government school in any state means making everything or doing everything or getting done everything in your local language only. My English language
Yes,
started
ma'am.
very later in my life, very later, because these days we have private schools, public schools where the English starts from the very basic level. But that was
Yes,
the
ma'am. Yes,
time when English started very late. So I encountered this language very late in my life. But yeah, I'm enjoying this journey at the moment. So that way, I also love to talk to different people and to learn from them, to get inspiration and encouragement from their journey also. Because whenever we talk to each other, we always learn something from the other
Yes,
person.
ma'am. Yes,
And moreover,
absolutely correct, ma'am.
talk to the people who are living in different parts of the country. That also gives a kind of feeling like you just named Ratlam. So it reminded me of that movie. And it took me to the lanes where the main protagonist of that movie was moving, and now you are at the moment, you are standing there and talking to me. So that also gives me very good feeling. It can't be explained in words. I start feeling
Yes,
myself being there. I start feeling the environment there.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
You suddenly when I told you I am from Ratlam, so you told me हम रतलाम की गलियों से so
Yeah. So I
yes,
started
ma'am.
feeling
Yes,
that connection. So this is one purpose to talk to the people like you is that yeah, of course I want to learn from them. You have given me some words, and I'm not going to forget these words, because whenever we come across the words, some vocabulary words during this kind of conversation, we never forget them, because whenever
yes,
that
ma'am. Yes,
I would come across that word, it will remind me of this incident, this conversation. So they are going to stay with me forever now. This is one purpose
yes,
of
ma'am. Yes.
having this kind of conversation. Another thing is that I feel that place the person on the other side belongs to. So
Yes,
I
ma'am.
enjoy
Absolutely
that.
correct, ma'am. I usually do this type of things, ma'am. While conversation, I get a new word, so I try to incorporate in these words, ma'am, until the words deeply emerge in my mind. So, ma'am,
Mm.
yes,
Vishal,
ma'am.
you're doing very well. I'm highly impressed. Actually, before starting the conversation, my expectations were not up to that very level. I thought simply you're working in the department, you might be very young guy, and just in the initial phase of your learning, you might have started learning. Just you are just a fresher for me, a raw person. Though you are raw in the sense that your journey is not that old, it is just a couple of months back. But in spite of it, I have noticed you conversed very well, and definitely
Thank you, ma'am.
in a short span of time, you are going to accomplish your goal. I'm sure. You sound very encouraging, energetic, motivated, and the person with zeal. That kind of impression I'm getting from you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your appreciation and your compliment, ma'am. And
And
ma'am,
what now? Last question, because already we have taken so much of the time, and you are facing internet issue also. Vishal, what is your
yes, ma'am.
ultimate goal in life?
Ma'am, ma'am, I would like to tell you one thing that, ma'am, I have been working police department since 2014. So this is my dream job at that time. But now, ma'am, I'm not interested in the job because, ma'am, we face a lots of problem in the job. So now my life goal is, ma'am, I want to be a teacher. I want to be a teacher and want to teach for competitive exam for people. So this is my, ma'am, goal, and I think I will be fulfilled in the job like next 2 to 3 years. Within 2 3 years,
Okay.
this
Uh-huh.
is my goal, ma'am.
Till
Because
then,
I have already government employee, but ma'am, I am not satisfied with job after joining this force. Like after 5 years, now I'm realized that this job is not for me, and now I want to change my profession, and I will do within 2 3 years.
years. Otherwise, if somebody in today's scenario is in the government job, it sounds very lucrative for the people, because it's very hard to get a government job, and moreover, there are no jobs around. There are very little jobs,
Yes, ma'am.
and get a government job, you need lots of this stuff. I don't know what is the status in your state, but so far as the environment around us is considered, it's not easy to get a job. Government job, I secure high credentials. so much of the other things you can understand what does it mean, things, these are needed to get a government job. But as you were saying, in spite of being in the government job, having government job in your hand, you still don't want to continue with it anymore. So definitely you might have some bigger dreams, bigger than this government job. I take it that way. So in that case also, I feel you will have kind of win-win kind of approach. Win-win in the sense, for the way your mindset is working at the moment, or if I just imagine about the vision you might be having at the moment, definitely something big you have already planned in your mind, and you must be
Yes,
ready with
ma'am.
that blueprint, I think. So for sure you will excel. Whatever you do in your life, you will definitely excel in that field also, and you will not regret of quitting the government job, I feel.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes, ma'am. I will done my I want to fulfill my dream, so that's why I'm not interested in a job then.
Mm,
Because I can't give time of family. Even not my main police job. I realized that even not a constable, our sub inspector, even TI, even SP, everyone has a lots of pressure, political pressure, because we are we facing like bureaucratic pressure. You can say
yeah,
like so.
another word,
That's why I'm
bureaucratic pressure, another word. Nice,
yes,
nice.
ma'am. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. You are catching my words. Whenever I am try to use ma'am new words and good words, so you are trying to catch ma'am.
Because the vibes are coming from your end, I can pick up those vibes very easily. I understand what is going inside your mind. So
Yes,
that's
ma'am. We always follow bureaucratic system, ma'am, because we have lots of political pressure and pressure of our seniors officials. So that's why, ma'am, I would like to change my profession.
nice. Good.
Yes,
I'm impressed with your thought process, with your conversation, with your vocabulary, with your mindset, everything.
yes, ma'am.
It's a
I realize that, ma'am, if we can convey our idea in very articulate manner, so I think we can talk properly, ma'am.
articulate manner. Nice. We shall go ahead. So you are already doing